It's morning.
It is morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sunday morning.
Good morning out there, everyone. It's Sunday morning. I hope you're having a wonderful morning today.
And what's a better way to start a morning than Jack Daniels?
No, I do not. I do not start the day with
A
Jack.
shot
I
of-
go to bed with Jack. No, I don't. I don't.
A nice big shot of Jack right there in the morning coffee, and you're good to go.
Oh, there you go.
No, I never actually did that. I wonder if that actually tastes good or not.
What, like a Irish
Irish,
coffee
yeah.
with Jack? Well, no, I'm sure an Irish coffee with Jack would be amazing, but I think it would also be deadly. I know how much I absolutely love Jack and Coke, and so I stay the heck away from it. What?
Well, was it a good night? I'll tell you the truth. All I did was sleep.
Yeah, he hibernated yesterday.
It really sucked. It was just mostly sleep.
Yeah, little known thing about gray aliens is occasionally they go into a hibernation mode. They kind of cocoon in for about a day or two, but then they come back all bright and fresh and sunny.
It's when the brain has to do a lot of processing and the physical functions are not needed.
Yes,
That is why.
it's like a computer. Yeah, doing that defrag.
Exactly.
You were on defrag mode.
All right, so tell me, how has your weekend been?
Actually extremely busy, but very good. I'm happy. I'm very happy.
Yeah?
Yes.
And why are you happy?
Well, I did some cool stuff. I went to a rock and mineral show yesterday, which was awesome. I hadn't been to one in years. I got to see my cousin, which was great. My wonderful husband got for me the Criterion edition of Nightmare Alley from 1947. Yes. Which is one of my favorite movies. It's one of my favorite books too. So yeah, considering the year started off pretty shitty, I'm feeling pretty good.
You're feeling pretty good.
You know, we fixed the toilet. That was very important.
You fixed the toilet for the most part. I just used upper body strength to make things work.
Yeah, there are times where I have to recognize that even though I know what I'm doing when it comes to home repair, I don't have the upper body strength sometimes to do it. So, but that's what a man is for.
Or at least a human suit.
Yes.
A male human suit.
A male human suit. Maybe I need to get me one with a better upper body strength. Of course, I think doing the archery more will help with that.
It will. So I'm guessing that actress Joan Blondell was really something in her youth.
Was she mostly a silent film actress or whoa.
What this?
Yeah, that's hot.
Yeah. Well, Joan Blondell was in Nightmare Alley, but she was kind of like, a woman just about past her prime.
Yeah.
She was just on the edge there. So we were looking at pictures of her younger, and she was all that. Definitely all that.
Actually, I thought she was absolutely
1930s, I thought so.
Yeah.
She was really hot in the 30s.
And she was absolutely perfect for her role as the fortune teller in Nightmare Alley.
So we watched that. So why did your cousin and her husband not opt to watch Psycho Gorman?
Real quick. Yes, Just a Passerby, Nightmare Alley has been remade by Guillermo del Toro, and I totally want to go see it because again, I just looking at the trailers, I don't think that he's sticking too close to either the book or the first film. But with that said, I think he's going to be keeping true to the spirit of the books, and that's what I'm interested in seeing. So I'm not expecting an actual adaptation. I'm expecting like The Shining, where it's in the spirit of.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of books where or Blade Runner.
Well, Blade Runner almost has nothing to do with the book.
Yeah, it's almost a different story. But anyway, why did they opt for Psycho Gorman? Because we had been talking about Nightmare Alley earlier in the day, and I was talking to them about the book and what all was in the book and why I really wanted to see Del Toro's version, and it got them very curious. So when they came over, I had them, we have our to watch list laid out on the coffee table, and they zeroed in on Nightmare Alley and they said, "Hey, can we watch this?" So
So it looks like Joan Blondell was really, really the hot young thing and a pinup girl in the 30s, then became more of a known actor in the 40s, and all the way by the 70s, she was on the on Fantasy Island and the Love Boat.
Fantasy Island, The Love Boat. Let's see here. God, she was in Grease.
All she needs is Love American Style, and she would have had the 3 shows that everybody appeared on in the 70s.
Well, she wasn't on Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, true.
She
Man
was on
from Uncle.
Bob Hope. Let's see. My Three Sons. Oh, The Lucy Show. Nice. Twilight Zone.
So you said that she appeared in the Leech People or the Leech Woman, but I'm not seeing it.
No, not Joan Blondell, the other woman.
Oh, the other woman was in Leech Woman. All right.
The other woman was the Leech Woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was her about 15 years before the Leech Woman.
We'll find that in a second. Let's see what else the audience has to say.
Sidney Poitier passed away. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That sounds cool.
Damien, been modding Skyrim into a techno barbarian game. That totally
that sounds like cool. A better game.
In Disguise says, "Do I want to know what a techno barbarian game is?" Just a passerby made a Lego barbarian. I'm still waking up. Made a Lego beholder today, aka the Doctor Strange fight with Gargantos. Were you kidding about the Doctor Strange minifig? If not, I will waste a few stamps.
Oh, probably. Did you talk about a minifig?
I am sorry, just a passerby. I just woke up. I don't recall saying something about a minifig. I mean, I like Doctor Strange. I like Doctor Strange a lot.
You like beholders too.
Yeah, I do like beholders. Okay,
surprised you haven't made one yet.
It's on my list. I specifically want to make the one from Big Trouble in Little China. Maybe make a. I could make a book nook. A Big Trouble in Little China book nook. That corridor.
Oh yeah,
I could totally do that. I mean, I wanted to make one for Prince of Darkness. Also, I have to admit, because it's one of those things where I know if I wait any longer, it will disappear. And Amazon had a sale. I got myself that Dr. Fate figure.
Oh, you did?
I did, because Amazon had it on sale. It was $17. And it's like, with the detail on this thing, they're not going to last very much longer. How much was it? 17.
Well, that's a score.
Yeah. And it's like, I can't wait any longer, so I bought it. And just, I'm so excited. I haven't been this excited about a figure in, God, years.
Well, that means, of course, that you're going to now have to make a display for it.
Make a diorama for him? Oh yeah. Yeah, totally.
Just like you did D from Vampire Hunter D?
Yeah, make one like D, and for my Legacy of Kain figures. I still need to make a stand for Not dead Raziel.
Not dead.
Well, he's not human Raziel. It's vampire Raziel, and then there's undead Raziel.
It gets complicated.
It gets complicated, but I've got vampire Raziel who still needs a stand.
Really, what we need to do is we need to build that shed so we can put all the books out there in storage,
Yeah,
and that you can turn that corner of the garage into like this little display room.
yeah,
And we can get them all in glass cases, and
that would be great.
then you could actually clear out the center and start working on the train set you want to build. And
I'm gonna have that go through the house. Yeah, suspended in the roof, not the roof, the ceiling. I've always wanted that.
like little cars to sit the rats in.
Yeah. I do wonder. I bet they would like that. Well, okay. I know Zed and August would have liked that. I don't know about our current mischief. If they would like that.
No, they wouldn't.
No, our current mischief's a little timid.
I think that would really piss off Vegeta.
Yeah, it would piss off Vegeta.
And just terrify Chaozu.
Yeah.
Just terrify the shit out of him. Okay.
Passerby, Ishii on the Lego kit, nice, but not $30. Nice. Cat's reaction, but you'll have a little Doctor Strange minifig. My reaction is, I do not need the minifig. Would you like me to send it to you? Sure. That would be very kind. Yeah. Wow. Okay. You are so nice. Do you want me to pay for shipping? Email me at let's see, what email do I have online? Email me at kat@glitchwork, glitchwerk.com. Wow, you are incredibly nice.
In general, I've found our listeners are incredibly nice. Although it was interesting is I was reading through the comments on Raltz's appearance on the show.
Yeah.
Which has been our best received show. I mean, that guy has one hell of a fan base.
But it definitely, as he said, he saw that there was a need and he filled it.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was a cool guy.
Very cool guy. We're definitely going to have him back. What was weird was most people reacted quite well, but there were a handful of people that found us a little too abrasive.
Really?
Yes.
Found us abrasive? Okay. I see us as maybe a little sarcastic at times, but...
Well, they kept saying that we got really, really negative near the end and that we were very dismissive of people. So I went to the end to hear exactly what it was that pissed them off. And it was when you and I were ripping on people who were going on about, oh, I got post-traumatic stress from Twitter.
Oh.
So yeah.
Point made.
Yeah.
Mic drop, you know.
Well, I guess if that means we're abrasive, you're a pussy.
Yeah.
He's saying what techno. So the question is, would this be a post-nuclear or just its own never land of weirdness?
I need to make a techno necromancer. That would be cool. I need to make one of those. Thank you for the idea. No, I over Christmas, because again, it was on sale and it's like, if I pass this up, I'm gonna hate myself. I got that is it Citadel or is it Reaper Minis box of skulls where you get like 50. It's Citadel. Okay, you get 50 teeny tiny skulls for your minis. And I'm just looking at them going, ooh, the possibilities. So a techno necromancer sounds pretty cool, especially since I keep promising Ishii I'm going to make him some cyberpunk dioramas. So
at some point too, I'd like to give you that little Valkyrie fighter I have
Oh,
and
yeah.
have you suspend it in resin to make it like a space scene.
Okay.
When you get good enough with the resin.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. I don't trust me with it yet.
So it's
Yet.
Sunday. It's a nothing show. Do you have any topics for us?
Yeah. Technomancer Terry Brooks style? For me, I don't know.
I have no idea what that means.
Terry Brooks had one in some of his books. I haven't read those books yet. I do like Terry Brooks though. He writes good stuff. Let's see. Marv, it's certainly possible to get PTSD from Twitter, but it would be because of your own hyperfragility. Practice being anti-fragile. Do not let words on a screen hurt you. Indeed.
Well, it's known that I have dealt with post-traumatic stress for most of my life now, and I brought up specifically a story where somebody had contacted me because they knew I had post-traumatic stress, and it was this chick, and she was going on about how this, that, and the other, and how horrible her life was, and it became very clear to me that what she wanted was someone to validate this. And I just told her point blank that one, she does not have post traumatic stress.
Mm-mm.
She has social anxiety. And I told her, too, stop expecting the entire world to adapt to you to make you feel better. The world doesn't have a problem. You do. You need to adapt and fix yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that enraged her.
Well, she was a chick.
Yeah,
and
her, she was a chick. This is actually it was the girlfriend of somebody we knew,
oh,
but he went from being a cool guy to a woke disaster. And it was one of those things where he hooks up with this chick, and then he starts becoming super feminist, and then he becomes super woke, and then he changed his gender. It's like, okay, you're a lost cause. You've joined a cult.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, give us a topic. Give us a topic, something you want us to comment on, and we will go from what? What you're worried about the?
I just the power of boobs is strong.
Yeah, they are. They are strong.
That's no moon.
That's no. Well, it seems that Kat's been. I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing, but you have not put on any weight. Actually, you are probably in the best health I've seen you ever. You're in really good shape now.
Thank
You've
you.
been working your ass off.
Well, I'm not eating bad, and I'm getting back into walking, which has done absolute wonders for me.
And I was looking. It's like your hourglass has never been that much of an hourglass. I have to measure, and she let me. She put up with my shit. It's like
he caught me when I just woke up, so it's like okay.
Stand up straight. It's like you lost an inch off your waist, which made you very happy.
Yes, it did.
But then out of curiosity, I said, okay, is it just me or? And she grew a half inch on her boobs. So I don't know if it's one of those. I know some women slowly get bigger the older they get, no matter what. But yeah, you gained a half inch.
I'm a good Celt German woman.
Yes.
With some Swede in there too.
So yes, Yang, the power of boobs in my my wife, the boob goddess, seems to be true. You're right back.
Oh, okay. Where are you going?
That one's mine, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna refill this with Gatorade.
Okay. Ishi is getting liquid refreshment, so you're all stuck with me until he returns. I think I'm coming into the middle of a conversation here. Superman was raped and Doomcock Rang was legendary. I did not see Doomcock talk about that. I do Huh? It was legendary? Okay. I missed Doomcock's rant about that. I think I need to see that. It's been a while since I've watched a Doomcock episode. I've been busy, and Maybe that is the type of thing that I need in my life. I actually have been somewhat avoiding things that are negative or that would make me sad because well, life's been shit. No, life actually has been really good. I've just had a series of very, very bad things this year. But I should see Doomcock. Maybe. Do I not want to be exposed to Superman getting raped? I what the fuck is that? You know, having Superman getting raped in prison. I don't care what people say, unless he has a kryptonite suppository shoved up his ass. Um, Superman cannot get actually raped in prison. That is stupid. When I first heard that, my immediate thought was, oh, wow, what an interesting story. Superman finally gets imprisoned by Darkseid, and he's on Apocalypse, and Granny Goodness and Desaad are having their way with him. That might be an interesting story. No, it's regular old prison. No, fuck that. That's stupid.
They raped him with a steel rod, which would have done nothing.
Yeah, it would have done absolutely nothing considering he's the man of fucking steel.
Well, I mean, which begs the question, do you think he actually then kind of loosened himself up and dilated it and let them do it because he was really into it?
Maybe.
But no, Doomcock did go on an epic rant.
You know whose rant I want to hear? Nicolas Cage. I want to hear Nicolas Cage's rant on this.
I agree.
And I mean, it's both I want to hear what he thinks, and it's Nicolas Cage.
Now, I don't want to say I told you so.
Okay.
But you remember the years ago when Doomcock was first starting out, and we were hanging out with him on the Discord?
Yeah.
And you thought I was a bit extreme?
Yeah.
When I was talking about, no, Hollywood hates us. They want to destroy our icons. They're horrible. They're evil people. Well, I work in the industry, and I gotta say, I think that's a bit much. Nope. Told you so, dude. They're evil.
They hate you. Yeah, I really think we need to figure out how to get how to trigger either sound bites or videos or something here on StreamYard, because I really want TV's Frank to say you're out of touch and we hate you.
I'm sure there's a way to do it. Okay.
Marv, these people have no understanding of Superman. Indeed. They got rid of the American way part.
Yeah. For a better world. Well, that doesn't sound ominous.
No. Red Crusader, the world continues to be filled with useless garbage for media and info. Some isolation for mental health is acceptable.
Hey, yeah. I cut out the media for about, I don't know how long.
Yeah, I mean, I had to return to the Twitter for promotional purposes. But I think I only go there like once a week now.
No, I would say at the depths of my post-traumatic stress when I was working my way through it, this was when the media was really on their doomsday kick.
Oh yeah, you had to avoid that.
We spent an entire year watching nothing but media from the 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
And I shit you not.
Yeah, an entire year.
Where, we were watching shit like the Jack Benny program and Life of Riley and a bunch of old films and
running radio dramas.
Yeah, because I needed to get away from the nonstop panic that they were shoveling out at the time. Yes, that's right. Even during the Obama administration, their savior, they were going on about how we were on the verge of destruction. So it's an old story.
Passerby, other idea. Superman farted the steel rod out, impaling the handler of the rod, thereby killing him.
Really, if he farted it out, it would have gone through the guy holding the rod, the wall behind him, the wall behind after that, whatever prisoners are in his way, and then out the.
Yeah.
It would have been kind of like a Ricky O moment.
Yeah, it would have been like a Ricky O moment. Superman and Ricky O. Okay, that if it was done like a farce like Ricky O, that would have been amazing. But no, they're not creative like that. Marv says Forbidden Planet and The Day the Earth Stood Still are some legit films.
Yep.
Indeed. In fact, we have a 2-foot tall Robbie.
Mm-hmm. And we have a Forbidden Planet poster.
Yes.
In the kitchen.
Actually, we have 2 Forbidden Planet posters. We have the original and we have the one from, I think it's Mexico.
Yeah. I don't know. That one wasn't as good though, so it's not up on the wall.
Oh, I like that one because it's hilarious. Yang, speaking of things that'll make you cry, check the Discord server later this week. I just need 2 more to confirm, then we can decide what times for D&D games. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yes, I do need to check that. I do apologize for not getting to it sooner.
I forget, did Trenton try and get in on that, or is he a bit busy?
I need to talk with him. So.
All right, I know that Trenton wanted to play as well.
Yeah, I need to talk with him about that. Romando, Ricky O is solid. Indeed
he was.
Mm-hmm.
Solid in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
In manly ways. Not too sharp though.
No,
not the brightest one.
It's that Goku.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What?
No, I've got Team 4-starisms on. Well, I used to have Team 4-starisms around my desk as a motto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
you all better duck.
Get back up and eat that horse.
Eat that horse, yes.
Yeah, I have eat that horse all over the place, and I pay my taxes one leg at a time.
Yeah, actually, he's been pretty scarce lately. I wonder if he's okay. I should probably give him a call.
Yeah. Red Crusader, here's an obscure one. Have you guys seen the Land That Time Forgot movie adaptation where they blow the head of the Triceratops model to pieces with a U-boat gun for no reason?
Huh?
Oh, I've seen parts of that film, but I haven't seen that scene.
The cartoon about the cute dinosaurs?
No,
they blow the Triceratops' head off?
No, I believe it's stop motion.
Okay, so just another film with the same name.
Yeah. I think it's from the 40s. Ichi is looking it up. And That Time Forgot.
Okay, so we've got a 75 version.
Maybe it's that one.
Was it the one brand? Oh, I don't think that's it.
No.
That kind of looks like a Wynorski film. Here it is. Doug McClure. This has got to be it.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's Brandon's review.
Okay, no, we haven't seen that film, but I would like to. Okay.
Let's see here.
Oh, it's The Land Before Time. I never saw that movie. Land Before Time.
No, he says The Land That Time Forgot. Oh, okay. Amateur Time cartoon.
Yeah, we found it.
That Land Before Time, I can't see it now because it's too sad. Same with All Dogs Go to Heaven. Actually, I actually liked All Dogs Go to Heaven until I found out about the child actor for both of those films. The one who played the girl in All Dogs Go to Heaven and the one who played Ducky in Land Before Time. It's very tragic.
I have no idea.
She was murdered by her father.
Well, that's pleasant.
Yeah. I only recently found out about it too. It's like, oh, yeah, that's sad. That would explain why she kind of disappeared from acting, because she was actually really good for a child actor. So anyway,
Yeah, give us a topic. What else do you want us to know, to talk about and chime in on?
let's see. Yep, they're saying that these films are cult classics. Oh no, it's an old 75
Yeah.
film adapted from Edgar Rice Burroughs.
There's my sexy gray.
So what you looking at?
Oh, just seeing what I've got in my wish list still. But yeah. Well, supposedly, or not supposedly, this really did happen. Tim Pool got raided by the police, or got swatted.
Did he?
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
They took his chickens.
No, they did not take his chickens.
No, okay. I'm not gonna joke about Tim for the moment. So seriously, he got swatted?
Yeah.
Was it that somebody? What happened? Like, what was the call?
I'm not sure. It's just that they had a they had a Republican woman who's been raising hell in Congress, and they're trying to destroy her life. And he had her as a interview, and lo and behold, the day after, he gets swatted.
But like, what was the call in? Were they claiming that he was a drug lord, or
I have no idea.
You know, Jesus.
Although the interesting thing was about the call, when it was uploaded to the web and you see the swatting, you get to see the inside of this compound of his.
Okay.
This fucker should never again go on with, I'm not a materialistic kind of guy. I don't need many things. Like, no, shut up, dude.
Oh, it's like some luxury compound where he's got like big screens.
He's got framed guitars on the wall and
framed guitars.
Yeah.
You got a jacuzzi? Jesus. You know, okay, I don't have any respect for Tim, I'm gonna be honest, but getting swatted, that's fucked.
Yeah, nobody deserves that.
I'm glad everybody's okay and nobody was hurt. Again, people get killed from that. William, hey, I finally got my copies of Kaiju and I'm liking what I read. Awesome! Oh, good. I'm glad that they arrived safe.
Well, the plan is once the current book is released, I will return to Kaiju. That is the plan. Okay, here we go.
In disguise, Tim Pool. Call said 2 shot dead and active shooter running around. Oh, fuck. God, that's fucked. Harble, the local police knew it was a fake call. Screams from the media house people are always trying to SWAT. Not the first time it's happened to Tim, by all accounts. And I understand they have to respond to these things. They are required to. I get that. But God, that's fucked.
Well, as we've learned, there is no low that a lefty won't sink to.
No, because they feel entitled.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing the right thing. Like, no.
It's for the right reasons.
No.
Yeah, maybe we should do another Kaiju, World War Kaiju cast, since more and more people are beginning to read it.
Sure. We can do a Kaiju cast. Red Crusader, Tim Pool, the moment he switched sides, I felt it was a farce for views since Vice was going to daytime TV, we'd land, and he jumped ship. We just figured he was choking down that red pill hard.
He's still choking on the red pill.
It's stuck very well in his throat. Harble, reject human, return to Kaiju. Ishii does not muck around. Saika? Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yes, Tim, just buy a farm pool.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's up there with Biden saying, oh, no, everything's cheap still.
No. What world are you in? How thick are those rose-colored glasses? Damien, when it comes to spacefaring battles, do you think boarding ships to attempt capture and salvage should be a priority? I figure FTL ships would be at a premium.
Well, yeah, it depends on the setting. I mean, if faster than light is rare and expensive, the last thing you'd want to do is destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're the Star Wars expert. How's it go? What's it like in Star Wars?
What people salvage?
Yeah, I mean, they blow a lot of ships up in Star Wars, is what I'm saying.
Well, to be honest, I haven't read any books about salvage ships yet, and so it hasn't really come up all that much. But with that said, yeah, getting hyperdrives. There are a lot of smugglers that get hyperdrives in various ways, and that's important. And yes, people do bolt them to ships that weren't supposed to have them. So yeah, the hyperdrives are very important.
And I do know that in Battletech, the rule was you were never supposed to fire upon or destroy a drop ship
Mm-hmm.
because nobody knew how to recreate faster than light technology.
Mm.
So no one wanted to ever do that. Star Trek seems everything's available and cheap. No one cares.
Yeah, it's the dilithium crystals and things like that. That's
Yeah.
what's important. Yeah, building the machines is fine. It's the thing that powers it that's scarce, which that works, you know. Red Crusader, your favorite spacefaring sci-fi fantasy realistic RPGs, chat and hosts. Oh,
Realistic?
well, he says, like, what's your favorite sci-fi sci-fi fantasy or sci-fi realistic RPGs, chat and host?
Well,
RPGs.
I would have to say that it's not really spacefaring to agree, but the High Orbit supplement book for Cyberpunk 2020 was excellent and probably a little too heavy on the realism, but very, very useful. Fantasy, I really didn't play a lot of spacefaring stuff. I played Star Trek a few times. Friend ran that. That was fun.
Starfleet battles or
No,
actual...
the RPG.
Oh, the RPG. I think my favorite is Cyberpunk. Definitely
But
Cyberpunk.
that's not really spacefaring per se.
But my one of the best sessions I've ever had was actually for Star Wars, in which we got so into the game, it devolved. We got really immersive into it. So tabletop turned into LARPing organically.
How old were you?
High school.
High school. Okay.
And we were over at a friend's brother's house because he was part of the game. And we scared the shit out of his landlady who lived above him.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, we weren't loud or anything. We were very respectful on that, but we were out in the backyard in her rose garden. No, we weren't lightsaber fights, but we were having dialogue and having arguments and other things like that. And we were playing it out. Yeah, again, we moved from tabletop just talking to actually out in the garden LARPing the scene. And we didn't yell, but we were a little loud and we were acting kind of weird depending on if the person knew what we were doing or not. And she told him, if your friends ever come over again, I'm gonna kick you out.
Really?
Yeah. She thought we were all on drugs. It's like, no, we're just playing a game.
No, just Mountain Dew and Surge and Pixie Sticks.
It was Surge and Doritos. Although I didn't eat the Doritos. I don't like them. Yes, I don't like Doritos. The power of Doritos on your taste buds doesn't work for me.
So when did you sniff a pixie stick?
Oh, okay. Okay. 8th grade Halloween. We started the evening by playing Vampire the Masquerade, and we had made movie blood because my dad's wife at the time, she was a makeup artist for Hollywood. She worked on Power Rangers, and she had taught me how to make edible movie blood using Caro syrup, Hershey syrup, and tons of food coloring. So we made that for the game. So we're already hyped up on sugar. Then we go out trick-or-treating. We get our haul. We come back. Friend had also brought an entire case of Skittles. And we ate the whole thing, including all of our Halloween candy. But somebody in the neighborhood was giving out pixie sticks, and around 2 a.m., a couple of us decided it would be a smart thing to try to snort it and see what would happen.
Okay, and well, what happened?
It hurt. Oh my god, that was the stupidest thing in the world. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, how can people do this with Coke? Now I understand it's got citric acid in it, which it's acid, it's gonna hurt, and pixie sticks have other things too that are just not good for your mucous membranes. But oh god, that was one of the most painful things I've ever experienced. And yeah, I'm like, how the fuck do people snort Coke?
Okay, now explain moose.
Oh. Okay, this is probably going to be one of those you had to have been there things. But that night while we were trick-or-treating, we went to this one house, and we just walked up to the house. And it wasn't until we were on the porch and we had rung the bell that we noticed that the family last name was Dyke. So it said the Dykes on the sign. And we're in junior high, so of course it's like Beavis and Butthead. We just start giggling, all of us. And then when the person comes to the door, it's this total like matronly woman. She's, rail thin and kind of pinched with a larger woman behind her. And that just started us busting up even more. We couldn't even say trick or treat. We were just laughing. And they both kind of scrutinized us and looked at us funny, and they're like, what? Yeah. And they asked us, what's so funny? And we silenced because none of us we couldn't figure out what to say. And one girl just randomly popped up with moose, and we lost it. We just totally lost it. And they thought we were on drugs, I swear, but they gave us candy and sent us on our way.
Get out of here, kids. We don't want you here anymore. Go away.
But ever since then, just Moose has been funny. And yeah, Moose has been incredibly hysterical.
Well, didn't you even get your friend one of those glass blocks with a moose laser etched in it?
They got that for me as a going away present when I moved.
Ah.
So I still have that somewhere. It's probably in storage, but yes, I still have my moose.
See, you've got weird stories, but you never really actually did anything rotten, from what I can tell.
Not really. I mean,
you were actually pretty good kids.
Later that night, we did, we waited till everybody had gone home from trick-or-treating. So it was about 3 a.m. So yes, it was after the snorting of the pixie sticks, and we are high on sugar. But again, the neighborhood we were in was very generous with candy, and we blew through all of our candy, plus the fake vampire blood, plus the case of Skittles. I haven't been able to eat Skittles since. None of us have. But we blew through all of that, and we all had, Surge, because Surge had come out. So we were so high on sugar. We went out and we TP'd. we TP'd the neighborhood. We went to, we had like those free ketchup packs, ketchup and mustard packs, and I think some soy sauce packs and other things like that. And we like made these bags of just like icky sauce and would spray that on people's cars. And we specifically went to a neighborhood that had a lot of rose bushes, and we'd run the toilet paper through the rose bushes because that's a bitch to clean up. And then, the next day when we were coming out of our sugar comas, we went back out to survey the damage and see, what our nightly activities had wrought. So that was a lot of fun. Let's see here. I think the chat is talking about other things. Who hasn't sniffed a pixie stick?
Me, actually. When I was in Boy Scouts, though, and I didn't do this either because I knew the risk, was always the dare was sniff tang.
Oh, wow. I know what pixie stick is like. I could imagine tang.
And by the end of the day, it was at a summer camp. You saw all these kids running around with just orange crap drooling out of their noses.
Oh my God. Oh, that ow. Ow.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's me being a rebel in junior high.
You're a rebel.
Oh, I missed that when I got into high school, and I'd go back to Brea to visit for the first year or so. We continued to TP people because we were dorks, and then we outgrew that and did more sophisticated things.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. I'm no longer at 2.5K. No, yep. YouTube's still whittling away at my audience. Yeah, I used to have 2.5K. Actually, I used to have a lot more than that, but YouTube's been slowly whittling away at the audience because they suck ass. But if I got 2.5K on WordCraft, I suppose I could do something as moronic as do a pixie stick on camera.
You really?
Shit. Not really what I'd want is book sales. I'd sniff pixie sticks for book sales and reviews.
That's it. We need a sign that says that. Gray will sniff pixie stick for book sales and reviews.
I have no idea. It's very hard to with YouTube's just going out of their way to screw anyone who's in indie at this point.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't.
But yeah, just book sales in general. That would be it. That and
I need to actually, now that things are pretty much open again. I know different states have different rules, but I need to get back on the horse and eat that horse.
Yes, I saw that, Yang, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to put that up on my website.
You're awesome, dude.
Well, you heard it.
You're right, I did. I'm sorry. I'm still awake.
And unfortunately, I don't think the next installment of Kaiju will be illustrated, unfortunately.
I'm going to go to prose.
But yeah, I may just do the whole thing as prose. I mean, there was a lot I had to cut from the first book because of the way we did the crowdfunding. We were crowdfunding it per chapter, and it was we'd hit benchmarks and say, okay, at the next benchmark, we can add another chapter. And we had hit $25,000, which was 2 chapters, and then the supplemental. And we almost hit enough for 3, but didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't quite there, and it wasn't enough that we could justify pushing it further.
We couldn't justify paying the rest of it out of pocket.
Yeah.
Because there's also the printing concern.
Yeah.
It's not just paying Patrick. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I don't know. It's a totally different style, though. How do you think think JC would handle it. I mean, he's definitely got a weird style. The original World War Kaiju is I really did want it to look like a kaiju movie. And a lot, you were actually mentioning this, Yang, about the weird format, how it's a wide format instead of a tall format. And that was because if you watch a kaiju film, kaiju are usually longer than taller. And to really get those epic scenes of the monsters battling or destroying cities, you need widescreen.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I did it that way.
And one of the commentaries that we had been watching for Gamera, actually, the guy who made all the bigatures was talking about how you needed to have lots of stuff in between you and the monster in order to give scale.
Well, fortunately, no one noticed, and I noticed even Patrick didn't. Is I kept telling Patrick, okay, we need smaller objects in the foreground to give scale.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I guess he didn't want to do it or whatever. So I put him in myself.
Hey, it looked good.
Yeah.
It looked really good. Although
it's amazing how much of the book, I didn't say it, but there's a fair amount of art in there that's actually mine.
Although I'm going to say...
Like the A-bomb,
yeah,
the mushroom cloud, that was one of mine.
Yeah.
A lot of the cities, I actually did those.
But no, I was going to say World War Kaiju, still to this day, I can't see... There's one particular shot from the original Wicker Man that I cannot see without picturing a large bunny.
Oh, because of the Leapist one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing with the Science Task Force doing all these different cases.
Mm-hmm.
In the original draft, you were going to see some of them, not just these little one flash images. And so I get to put those back in.
Mm-hmm.
And really, the way that I wanted book one to end was the Cuban Missile Crisis or
Mm-hmm.
the Cuban Monster Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
But we couldn't get that far into the book, unfortunately. But prose, that won't be an issue. I am going to check something since...
what are you checking?
Well, we've had a real spike in people buying World War Kaiju. It's this other book, a kaiju thriller by Jeremy Robinson.
I think we actually met him.
Okay, 24 ratings. That's good. And let's see how we're doing on sales. Whoa! Jesus. That's really good.
Yeah.
We're at 128 for historical graphic fiction and 947 at historical and biographical fiction. Hell, 1,190. So in the almost at 1,000 rating for graphic novels, science fiction. That's really good. Hey, Yang, do you think you could post a quick review on Amazon for us? That would help immensely. But good. Maybe the book's finally found its audience. One of the problems with World War Kaiju is when it first came out, people didn't get it, was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The only people that did seem to have a vague idea of what the hell I was doing were alt history fans. I mean, it even did get that award from the one podcast saying the best of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't, I don't know. Kaiju fans wanted to see more kaiju wrestling. And then comics fans didn't understand the hybrid storytelling method.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an oddball book from the beginning. And the fuckers at Previews wouldn't stock it because they said, well, you didn't print it in the right format.
I said that about all of our graphic novels, including the ones that were all standard.
Yeah, they were just dicks.
Yeah.
But do you think it would be fair to share with them the little idea I wrote about the other night? My friends.
Oh.
Not
yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
I think it's. Oh, you mean read what you wrote?
Yeah.
Oh, read what you wrote. Um, I'm a little torn because I think it's good, but I think it's a little raw.
Okay.
But oh, well, you shared rough stuff with
Mhm.
you shared the rough stuff with our listeners before.
Not as rough as I am with you.
Wow. Later. Anyway, I think you can do it.
What's our top seller?
Not kaiju.
Case File Arkham.
Case File Arkham.
By a long shot.
Yeah.
Case File Arkham.
Mhm.
Which kills me that I don't have an artist that can do it.
We'll find you one.
Will we? Will we have to kill to do it?
Well, maybe.
Will we have to murder someone to get them
Any length.
any length?
Any length. We'll go to any length.
How badly do you want to get me an artist? Badly. Bad enough to kill? So on the screen here is part of my ever-amassing abduction wear collection. Well, these are as t-shirts. I have specifically made them as posters. And fact is, a lot of this shit's just for me, so I can make it and buy it. But yeah, these two posters are now, and you can get them as t-shirts or mugs or whatever, on abduction wear as well. And I want to do a whole series of get to know our alien visitors. So I'm going to do the tall whites and I don't know who else.
Maybe do some things on how triangles are not aliens.
Oh, do was the sighting a spotter's guide?
Yeah, spotter's guide.
Well, another one I was thinking is maybe doing a few rare ones that aren't common, like what was it, the Pascagoula case?
Oh yeah.
And there's a few others, but
Pacific Rim is the best giant monster movie ever.
it's one of them.
I'd say it.
Gamera 2.
Oh, Legion?
Legion's the best
Yeah.
kaiju film.
Yeah. Gamera versus Legion is the best kaiju film.
And
Hands down.
yeah.
And yes, I know some of you may say blasphemy because it's not Godzilla, but no, Gamera versus Legion.
Okay, so I'm going to share a little piece of writing, and it was one of those ideas burning in my brain that I will return to once the current book is published. And I just bear with me. This is a rough idea. This is a first draft, no polish, and it is called My Friend Star Shriek. Because growing up, every boy has that one figure in their life that guides them down that long, tangled path toward his manhood. For some, it's their dad, or maybe an uncle or grandfather. For others, it's a certain teacher or coach or kung fu instructor. Back in the day when there were such things, it was often a scout leader that filled that mentor role. Of course, as kids, we're totally unaware of this. We're too caught up in the moment that is childhood, too consumed by whatever cartoon or toy or ultra-violent video game has snared our limited attention spans. It's only years later, looking back, that it dawns on us that Dad or Grandpa or Master Chen had been the one adult who cared enough to sit down and give us the tools necessary to survive life. For me, that all-important figure was Star Shriek. Yes, Star Shriek, the treacherous and oh so cunning second-in-command of the Imitators, a treacherous race of alien robots who disguise themselves as U.S. military hardware, led by the brutish Megaton, a chrome-plated automaton who could turn into a mobile IBCM platform. The Imitators had come to Earth to rob it of its resources. In their way were the noble Autotrons, another race of transforming robots who could disguise themselves as Japanese cars. Every day after school, I'd watch this cosmic battle play out in my living room as I tuned in to watch another episode of the Metal Morphics. Now, I probably know more about the original Metamorphics than the ordinary Gen Xer. During my youth, there was a lot of things I was obsessed over. Uh, when the Russians started World War III, would hiding in the all brick fireplace be enough to shield me from the blast? And Taryn Lynn, whose desk was next to mine, were her boobs getting bigger or was it just my imagination? I need to add more of these. But nothing quite held my fascination more than those transforming robots from planet Robotron. Um, okay, so that's the first thing. Now, where is this going? Where it's going is it's going to be a warm, fuzzy memory about a kid who is in a horribly abusive household, and he gets whacked in the head, and one day he starts seeing Star Shriek, who then starts being his mentor and helping him in life. How to deal with a bully, how to deal with the abusive parents, how to cheat his way through school. And just to give you a sense of the other part that I wrote, just to give you again just a little preview. Now, the hardest my mother ever hit me was the time. The hardest my mother ever hit me was the time I. Well, come to think of it, I'm not sure what I did, but damn, it was a real doozy of a right hook. Mom's fist came swinging right around out of nowhere and slammed into my right eye socket. Kablam! It was it was like my face was Siberia and my mom's fist was that space rock that had cratered Tunguska. Now, I don't recall hitting the carpet, but I did. What I do recall is stars, sparkling, shining, bursting in front of me like a roiling pot of supernovas. The whole thing must have been over in less than a minute, but it seemed like an eternity to me. The world had gone black, and I'd gotten real dizzy. For a moment there, I was sure I was going to puke, and then I realized, oh my God, it's full of stars. That dark place I went to when my mom KO'd me was like Bowman's trip into the monolith. So yeah, just I don't know. It came to me the other day, and I was like, I better write this down before I forget it.
No, I'm glad that you did. It's not. It doesn't have to do with what you just wrote. Although
you click them. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay. I don't see any comments on what you just wrote, but what I wanted to say was well, first, Damien, are the triangles military or Google drones?
Military drones, reversed engineered.
Mm-hmm. And Ergir says he's finally building his computer. You had questions about building a computer.
It's more like I just need someone to do it. I've got a new computer finally. Mm-hmm. One that will be powerful enough to let me do more editing. It'll make my life easier as I work on Adventures in Awful. Yes, mm-hmm. It's in the works. I told you it was going to take a while.
It's been recorded.
Yeah.
My brain still hurts.
Actually, you recorded a couple for me.
Yeah, I did.
But really, I just need someone who knows what they're doing to pull out my old hard drives and stick it in this thing. And I just don't know enough about it. I don't, or more to the point, I don't feel comfortable doing it myself.
Okay, here's a Russian bot.
Why are we getting these fucking porn bots?
What
the hell?
Wait, what's the best way to do it? There we go. Lock user. Okay. That's quite a start. I hope Star Shriek helps him find love.
Well, elementary school, so I think that's a little early for that, wouldn't you think?
Well, there's parental love.
But yeah, it's essentially kind of a spoof on a few things, like what?
Just a passerby. There is a movie called Jojo Rabbit with a little kid in the Hitler Youth that has Hitler as his imaginary friend.
Exactly. Kind of similar.
Wow. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Except that Star Shriek's actually just going to remain like Star Shriek and be a complete asshole.
Oh, yeah.
And teach him that, you know, lipping off to the bully and trying to face him head on is just a completely losing strategy for this kid. That what he's got to do is underhanded things like poison and sabotage.
You know, the thing with the Jojo Rabbit. It's like that's a new spin on JoJo's Big Adventure. Anyway,
Or was it Jojo Siwa?
yeah, Jojo Siwa. God, she's annoying. Sorry, I can't stand that.
You know, I've
girl.
only seen the merchandise. I have never actually seen the show, and I'm glad you have.
I have seen part of it, and it's like, oh my God. That mom that like had that look on that shell shocked look on her face, she wasn't kidding.
It's that awful.
It's that awful. Oh, I cannot compare it to something. It's a horror you have to experience, and I only saw about 30 seconds of it. Red Crusader, you can get a powered dock that can extract hard drive data without it being in a computer.
Oh, no. I've got external drives that can transfer everything. That's not the issue. It's just I've got some really nice hard drives in my current computer. It would be a waste to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can never have too many. You can never have too much for memory.
More power.
And there's a solid state in this thing that's just too damn good. I don't want to give it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, the computer that I got now is a terabyte and something, but
you got 2 terabytes.
Yeah, but even with a 2 terabyte hard drive, this I do know. I can answer this. If you're going to do any real heavy graphical or video editing, you want a separate drive that you never touch. And what you do is you assign to that drive to be your scratch drive.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, while the program's running, it doesn't have to, the hard drive doesn't have to worry about being a hard drive to run the program and be the scratch disk. You've got one where it'll just have the scratch disk and the others run the program.
Damien. I ask because of an aerial drone I saw a few weeks ago. When it began to fly off, it looked like a collection of triangles fixed together before it zipped out of visual range.
Really? Well, I don't doubt that there are plenty of drones now that look like triangles.
Mm-hmm. Red Crusader asks if you gotta wipe data.
Not really. No, it's just, again, the hard drives in this machine are much newer than the machine itself. So I'd like to transfer them into my new computer.
Or just add it. Buy a multi-SSD dock if you don't have space in your computer to house it.
Okay.
Oh, like outside to attach
okay.
Instead of putting them inside the case, they would be housed outside of the case. I know what Ishi's most concerned about is he doesn't want to have to reformat the drives in order for his computer to see them. So that's his biggest concern. Let's see. So anyway, I am sorry. I got really cold. I need to get my jacket.
Do you want to turn the heater up?
Are you okay with that?
I'm fine. It's fine. Well, I don't know why you suddenly got cold, but
I don't know. It's weird.
Currently, with this machine running, it's the warmest room in the house.
I know, and that's why I thought I could be without a jacket. But
So yeah, okay. Give us another topic.
I am always cold. I live in a freaking desert.
You're not cold during the summer.
In the hottest part of the summer, no. But, I mean, it's 80 degrees and I'll be wearing my jacket still.
That's not fair to me. No, seriously. If you're going to have this hourglass and you cover it up with a jacket, that's just not fair.
Well, I just need to get sexier jackets. What? I think my Sith jacket looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I can wear that.
I don't recall you wearing jackets much during the summer.
No. But like in spring, when it'd be like 80 degrees outside, I'm still wearing the jacket.
Well, we know why you have trouble
Yeah, because I had been a fatty, and now
Well,
I'm not.
You've been overweight all your youth and then into high school.
Hmm.
So your body never learned how to heat itself, and then you lost all the weight.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and even in high school when I was a fatty, I was the kid who would be 90 degrees out and I'm still wearing my trench coat.
well, that's because you were hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah, your youth was massively different than my own.
Yeah. Very different.
So yeah, we're still waiting for a new topic to be tossed our way.
So what are you looking at?
Well, somebody was asking about triangles, flying triangles, so I thought I'd bring up a graphic. But what are we doing today, by the way? Oh,
We're going to a rock show.
We're going to look at rocks.
We're going to look at rocks and we're going to look at little metal aliens.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Because the rock show has a booth where they sell little metal aliens. And then we're going to go to Bookman's. And then we're going to brave Costco.
You're going to do it. I'm going to sit in the car.
Are you okay with sitting in the car? Well, we'll have gone to Bookman's, so hopefully we'll have purchased a book or two that.
So, has anyone seen that virtual Walmart video that's being shown?
God, the thing is nightmarish.
They were so damn proud of that thing, and it does look like an utter fucking nightmare.
I'm watching. I was like, this is hell. Somebody has truly made a simulation of hell.
How do you make Walmart look more depressing? You put it in the void.
You put it in the void, and you have a ginger talk to you.
Yeah, she was annoying as hell.
Yeah, and yes, gingers are cute, but pretty much. But yeah, she was fucking.
Yeah, can't we have like a Jessica Rabbit ginger or something?
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I was seeing that video of the virtual Walmart, and my thought was, I just want to start throwing everything on the floor.
Bromando saw it on Nurkish. That's where we saw it, so we tracked it down and watched the video in full.
I'm with Nurkish on this one. At least the redhead could have been naked.
Yeah. No, I just her berating you for buying milk. It's like, don't you already have some? It's like, the fuck, bitch, I'm not married to you.
Yeah, it has a Windows file structure Crusader. Oh, okay, we've got some.
Endless Nocturne. Are the Greys putting Australia on a not visit list due to its draconian measures against the Lecuff?
Oh, they've gone full 1984 there.
Mm.
No, they visit Australia. It's just that it's kind of like neutral zone. As you can see, it's primarily the first world that they visit, and the southern hemisphere seems to be dominated by reptoids, as you can see there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Damien, still puzzles me how fast the drone moved out of visual range, but like I said, it didn't seem much longer than a motorcycle when it was in its hover mode.
Did it look like a military drone?
Or
yeah, what kind of drone did it look like? I mean, the military has tons of drones and have been at it for a very long time.
Also, was it in a in a true triangle, or was it like in a V shape?
I mean, the problem with UFO sightings nowadays is that, yeah, we've got an abundance of phones, but there's so many weird things in the air now. It's like, well, is it just a drone? Or is it a number of drones with lights going in different formations?
Mm-hmm. Marv, don't you already have some? I don't intend to visit next week because I ran out of milk, bitch. Indeed. God, that part of the whole thing kind of bugged me.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck do you know about my fridge?
Yeah, why are you in my fridge?
Hey, fuck off. You have no business in my fridge, cunt.
God, smart fridges are just...
Yeah, why do you want people knowing what's in your goddamn fridge?
Well, then the next thing is having getting apps to berate you for having things that will make you fat or whatever in your fridge and try to shame you.
Well, that's what you'd get from the Biden administration.
Yeah, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Do you really need that big gulp?
No, but I fucking want it, and I'm paying my own money for it. So fuck off. Okay. Damien, someone took the virtual Walmart footage and added Doom classic footage.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know what's also weird is finding that people had made their own virtual Walmarts just for their own thing.
And they look better.
And they looked better.
Oh, now I'm getting images of the rat that we saw running the virtual Doom Walmart.
That's another Windows machine, yeah. Yeah, actually. How does the rat do inside the virtual Walmart?
Yeah. We saw a video of somebody had trained their rat to run the Doom obstacle course. He hadn't quite... No, he did train the rat to kill things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the rat was playing Doom. It was great. Harble, the whole country has gone full-on Oz border force. You can't bring that into Strela. It's a world-class tennis player. Don't care, dispose of it.
Yeah, I must admit I'm stunned at the fact that the Aussies just bent over for it as much as they did. Australia was always known as the cantankerous, argumentative, take the piss out of everything people. So
yeah, they were great.
I
always wanted to go to Australia.
Little shocked that suddenly Big Brother rolls in and they all just kind of went along with it. Should have kept your guns, dude.
Let's see here. Harble, the Panopticon needs to know what's in your fridge for your own good techno cattle. JW, it really is the world of the Fattison comic book that Nurkish has roasted.
Oh, God, that Fattison comic.
Did I see that?
Yeah, it was the one where the fat woman is being told she...
Oh, yeah. That was stupid.
What?
I have opinions on this whole fat shaming, body positive thing, and it just... I risk ranting and possibly not making sense after a point.
Well, if that's true, Endless Nocturne, they're gonna fucking hate us.
What, you and I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. We've cut out wheat. We've pretty much cut out dairy. Or at least cow dairy.
Well, they'll hate you though because you like the beef.
I love beef.
They want you to swap the beef for bugs.
That's some wacky shit there. And you know what? Okay. I'm not opposed to eating bugs because I do understand that in a large majority of the planet, bugs are part of the diet. That's fine. It's this idea of, no, you have to get rid of eating actual meat and just eat bugs. It's like, no, fuck you. I'm okay with adding bugs. I'm actually okay with adding bugs to my diet. Oh God, you want me to rant? Okay. I've done this rant before, so if it sounds familiar, yeah, because I've already done this rant. But okay, I'll do the rant. Unless you genuinely and seriously have a glandular problem, because I do know that they are out there. I also know from personal experience that there are medications out there that make you gain weight. If it really truly is not your fault, then, yes, you have my full sympathy. I mean, legitimately, I'm sorry that is happening to you. But for everybody else out there, being fat is a choice. It's not like being tall or short or actually being born a gender. You don't have a choice. You do have a choice to be fat, and it's very easy to make daily decisions to not be that way if you don't want to be that way. If you're fat and you're proud and you legitimately are happy in the skin that you're in the body that you're in, okay, I'm not judging you. But for those of you who, for those of those people who feel awkward or feel self-conscious or don't feel, you know, don't feel proud about who you are because you're fat, you can change that, and it doesn't require surgery. You may want it later, and I'll get to that in a second, but not being fat just requires life changes. And I'm speaking from the point of view, again, of a girl who grew up fat. I was a big girl. And I've watched my mom go through so many yo-yo diets and starving herself and exercising herself to unhealthiness. I've seen the lengths, in both myself and in my mother, that people would go to in order to, try to lose the weight, and it comes right back. And it's because it's a lifestyle choice. You have to choose to change and change what you eat and do it daily. The biggest change that, this still stays with me is Ishii challenged me to go for a month without eating mayonnaise. Now, I didn't eat mayonnaise all that often, but I would go to Subway like on the weekends and I'd have a sandwich and I had them put mayonnaise on it. All I did was cut out the mayonnaise. After 2 weeks, I lost 10 pounds. That's it.
You didn't think it was going to make that much of a difference?
No, I didn't, because, it's just mayonnaise. Now, we'll get into other things about mayonnaise at another time. But the point is that a tiny change like that made a big impact. And it's just life choices. The problem is that a lot of big people don't want to make these life choices. They like eating their fast food every day. They like eating their, really, high fat, high sugar diets. And I get that. But if you're not willing to change that, it doesn't matter what you do, you will always be fat or you will become fat again. Because even if you had it all liposucked and cut off, if you don't change your lifestyle, it's going to come right back. And so you have this body positivity movement, don't shame me, don't judge me. It's like, then, own who and what you are. Obviously there's something broken in you that you feel that way. I've met people who were large girls, and I speak primarily of girls because guys don't seem to have this problem. Guys are like, yeah, okay, I like my steak, I like my potatoes, I like my butter. Fuck off. I like my beer every day. Fuck off. And so it's not guys, guys pretty much accept what they are and go from there. And most of the guys that I've met, if they looked in the mirror and went, holy shit, I'm a lot fatter than I want to be. Okay, it's time to make the change. They make the change. They own it and they do something about it. It's girls, it's women, it's females that don't. So that's why I'm primarily talking about females. This fat shaming thing, it's because they still feel broken inside, but they don't want to do anything about it. So they're going to lash out at everybody else and say, you're making me feel this way. No, there's something in your brain that's recognizing this is wrong and you don't want to own up to it and you don't want to take responsibility. So no, I will totally fat shame because I've been there and I changed. I lost the weight. I went from being a size 16 to a size 2. Okay? I've been there. So I can do that. I can totally fat shame you. If you're happy with who you are, fine. I'll leave you alone, but don't bitch at me.
Well, I think the
And
really insidious thing was that it wasn't even your fault.
oh, me being fat? Well, I'm not even gonna. No, no, no. I'm not gonna go there.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go there. Yes, I do have stories where I recognized in elementary school where I told my mom, please don't buy me ice cream anymore because I can't stop myself. I will eat it if it's there. But she would continue to buy me pints of Ben and Jerry's, and I would continue to eat the entire thing in one sitting. I'm a kid. I did not have self-control. But I grew up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what my childhood was like. It doesn't matter that I wasn't honestly I was not given real good opportunities to have good diets as a child. As an adult, it's my responsibility. And saying, oh no, I was fed this or I was fed that or I wasn't given this. It's like, no, that doesn't matter. As an adult, I know better. And it's my responsibility at that point. So no. Now shit like what Fattison
Oh God, yeah.
and Faith.
Faith, yeah.
My biggest problem with these images is that every single one of them is a fat joke. They do the exact opposite of what they claim that they're doing. They claim, oh, we're showing that fat people are people too. Okay, fine. Then treat them as people. Give them character, give them stories, give them growth and development, and just have it that they happen to be fat. Don't bring that much attention to it, and don't make the number one thing that people think of when they're going to describe this character they're fat.
Yeah.
What about they're kind, they're or they feel awkward, or they're unsure of themselves. How about creating one of these characters that somebody can take a lot of the attributes that you would put to Peter Parker, for one, because Peter Parker is awkward. Peter Parker is unsure. Peter Parker is constantly questioning if what he's doing is right. Peter Parker has morals. Take those attributes that you would attribute to Peter Parker and figure out how to work that into one of these characters, and just have it that yes, they happen to be fat, and you can still have people ridicule them for being fat, and you can even have them have doubts, but develop them as characters, not as fat jokes.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what a lot of, if these characters are created, well, Faith was created to show that fat people can be superheroes too. And to be honest, when I heard that, I really hoped that they would succeed. And I'm not shocked that they failed.
And they really, really, really didn't.
Because really, that is what a lot of young people need, is to show that no, fat people are people too. And this body positivity movement is not showing that fat people are people too. Body positivity is showing that fat people are whiners and that they're stereotypes.
I would agree with that.
So there's my rant. Thank you. Mic drop.
Well, let's see. You said there was a bit about plastic surgery you were going to mention.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Now here's the hard reality. If you are a big person and you do lose the weight, yes, your fat cells are gone, and that is great. However, skin does not recover very well from being that big. the older you get, the harder it's going to be for your skin to recover, and you're going to look like you've got a crumpled sack attached to you. And I'm talking from personal experience. So at that point, once you've lost all the weight that you can or feel comfortable with, and you're feeling better about the size of the clothing that you're wearing, and I say that because you look good in clothing, and you feel comfortable in who you are, that's when I would call surgery maintenance, because it's just it's like with a car. You're tightening all the bolts, and you're making, you're detailing the car. Basically, consider it detailing the car. And that is, you're cutting off the things that nature is not going to get rid of for you. Nature will get rid of fat. Nature will not get rid of skin.
Well, it will to a degree. Just
Yeah. It's not to that point. My skin tightened a little, but it didn't.
Well, Kat, you had been kept fat since
Ever.
kindergarten.
Yeah, since ever.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like you were a normal kid. I mean, no, you were kept fat.
Yeah.
And when you looked into getting the excess removed, do you care to share how much?
Oh,
Was it 2.5 pounds?
no, it was closer to 5, actually.
5 pounds of excess skin.
It was it was 5 pounds of excess skin, and then and this I strongly suggest looking into if this is you and this is the course you want to take. Fat is stored in your muscles.
Yeah, this was the important part.
Yeah, this was actually the biggest part. Fat is actually stored in your muscles, and fat will break apart the muscle tissue, specifically around the stomach area. Your arms and legs, you're fine because those are parts of your body that are moving constantly, but around your stomach, fat will actually be stored between the fibers. So when you lose it, it's just like with a rubber band that's been stretched too long. It's not going to go back. Your muscles are not going to be as strong as they should be because of the fat. And so if you do decide to have surgery to tighten everything up, definitely talk to your doctor about getting the muscle tightening around your stomach, around your core, because it's important, and it will help you throughout the rest of your life.
Well, as I understand it, the skin was just annoying. Apparently, because you had been kept fat since a child, your muscles didn't develop correctly. They had to be put back into the right place.
Yeah, they actually were. They were not aligned properly, and which made doing things using my core more difficult, like lifting things and walking actually.
And how much of a difference did you notice once you got that thing removed?
Oh, ginormous. It was amazing.
So yeah, I really, it bothers me when I see these parents that are letting their kids get plumped out, and it's like, that's going to damage them.
Well, I keep thinking of the movie War of the Roses, which you haven't seen, where the mother said that she had read some Dr. Spock bullshit of how you shouldn't withhold sweets and treats from your kids because that's what will make them develop a complex. And as the movie progresses, because it takes this couple from when they meet to when they have kids to when their marriage devolves, and you watch the kids plump out because mom is constantly giving them sweets and treats and things like that so that they, quote, won't have a complex.
Oh, God. Okay. So, looks like you got a lot of comments.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Correct, Seika. Do not give up the meat. That's bullshit. I've had so many doctors tell me to give up meat. It's like, no. I didn't have to give it up to lose the weight. Fuck that. Endless Nocturne. I've seen people take temporary measures when they needed to make lifestyle changes. We need to make the proper sacrifices for things we actually want. No pipe dreams and vanity. You are absolutely correct. Yes, there are times I would dearly love a big greasy hamburger, but you know what? Not worth it. And that's the other thing is my mother being a professional pastry chef. Actually, I think that's one of the best things about her being a professional pastry chef is because I know how good pastry is supposed to taste. And the rule is it has to be worth every calorie. And 99% of the pastry that I see out there, it's like, I know this is going to be, flaky, like buttery and tasteless, or I know this is just going to be sugary and tasteless. It's not going to be worth the calories. So therefore, I can avoid it because I have standards.
Yeah, and eating the stuff every once in a while isn't going to kill you.
Oh yeah, no. Special treats, not that big a deal. I've also because baking is chemistry, cooking is chemistry, but baking especially is chemistry. My kitchen is my laboratory, and I have come up with all sorts of different ways to make pastries, cookies, cakes, things like that are not that bad for you. I've personally reduced like cookies that would normally be like 200 calories down to 50, because there's other things that you can put in for substitutes that are not going to kill you. And no, I'm not talking sugar substitutes like sucralose or things like that. I mean, there's other natural substitutes that you can use. There are ways to have those sweet things without, adding the pounds.
Endless Nocturne, we aren't talking about liposuction. We're just talking about actually fixing the muscles and cutting off the excess skin.
Mm-hmm. Now, yes, if you have a good surgeon, they are probably going to do some liposuction. Actually, I was surprised. Yes, I have had this surgery. I was surprised when my surgeon said, "No, we're going to have to do some liposucking."
It was what was trapped between the muscles.
Yeah, it was trapped between the muscles, and it was also for smoothing.
Oh,
because fat is lumpy.
Ah.
And she explained, no, we're going to smooth out the skin, or smooth out the fat layer that's under your skin, so that when everything gets tightened, it looks flat and it looks smooth. It's not going to be a lumpy mess under there after we cut off the excess fat. Excess skin. Sorry.
Heavy weight gain is very damaging.
Yeah. So no, and she. Okay, I went to Dr. Saltz in San Diego. She is one of the top plastic surgeons in the nation. She is absolutely amazing, and she's also no bullshit. I loved the fact that she would just tell you to your face, this is what's wrong with you. You're fat here, you're fat there, this is wrong, that's wrong, because she wants you to know exactly what she's going to be doing and how she's going to be repairing it. And her staff are amazing people. The nurses actually came to the house when I had a little bit of complication. Don't worry, it was fine. One of the drains started leaking. But she actually came to the house. She talked about everything that she was doing. They were absolutely wonderful. So make sure you get yourself a good surgeon if that's something that you're looking into. But again, I don't recommend just going straight for surgery. Lose the weight first. I actually lost the weight and then kept it off for 3 years before considering surgery.
It was longer than 3 years.
Was it longer than 3 years?
Yeah, because you had lost it in your early 20s and you kept hoping that the skin would tighten.
Yeah, that's true. So you're right. I waited.
And it wasn't until
5 years. Yeah. yeah, I kept hoping that it would naturally tighten because I did not want to go under the knife. But yeah, I kept up a lifestyle change for 5 years before deciding, okay, I I need a tune up.
And well, it turned out that's when we found out about the musculature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see.
Yang, I was just in Budapest. I ate pastry every day. Now I'm back into a sweet drought. Well, there are things you can get or make that aren't that bad for you. Seika, yes, cooking equals freestyle art, baking equals chemistry. Yes. I love chemistry. Well, the fact that I've made the traditional German Stollen that we would usually have at New Year's. I've brought down the calorie count on that to a reasonable level.
So, should we call it a?
Well, the rock show is open, so we can head out, and then from there go to Bookman's and go from there.
Sounds like a good day. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get a better copy of Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't read
yeah,
it.
because you couldn't read. Yeah.
My God, the font was terrible. It's like I need a prestige, copy in order to read this shit. Let's see. People are talking about Gold Pill.
Well, anyway,
and animal husbandry.
The two
deep fat. Wait, adipose fat is smooth. Deep fat is lumpy. But adipose fat is less about storing food and more about protecting your body. That is true. But the deep fat, the lumpy stuff, will collect around the adipose fat, and make things worse.
So, email us if you have any topics you'd like us to cover.
Yes.
Good hanging out with you, doing an absolute nothing show.
This was a lot of fun.
And yes, if you want some of my alien-themed T-shirts and posters, abduction wear. Link in the description.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning.